Virgo, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading from April 15th through the 30th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are all doing well. I just have a few quick announcements before I get started. I've just been telling everyone that I am doing a mid-month general reading over on Patreon this month. That will come out probably within the next couple of days. I'm just finishing up these bi-weeklies, but if you want to get a general reading from me, I'll be doing those over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/the good, the bad, and the tarot for those of you who are interested in receiving one. Also, this Wednesday, the second Wednesday of the month, I'm doing a sexy tarot readings over on my Instagram Live. You can join me there at the good, the bad, and the tarot. That will be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, April the 11th. Wednesday, April the 11th, this Wednesday. We'll be doing sexy tarot readings by sign, 6 p.m. for singles, 9 p.m. for couples, okay, using my sexy fortune cards. And then also I have openings for private readings. If you would like to book a private reading, I have many openings and some new offerings. You might want to check that out. What cards just came out here? 9 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Someone is definitely worried about a decision here, possibly involving a water sign. So I don't know what message this is. If you are a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces watching, or if you have a water sign in your chart, this message might be relevant to you. But this is a reading for Virgo. This reading is for all Virgos out there that may be watching. Virgo suns, Virgo moons, Virgo risings, Virgos on the house cusp, and also if you have your Venus in Virgo. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies for Virgo from April the 15th through the 30th, 2018? This is their bi-weekly love reading. What do they need to know regarding their love lives from April 15th through the 30th, 2018? I'm using my Tarot Mucha today, because of, I always use this deck in the spring, but the funny thing is that we have snow on the ground today here in the Midwest, and it doesn't feel very spring-like today, but in my mind, I'm going there. I'm trying to be in the springtime mood, so let's see. Spirit, what are the bi-weekly love messages and energies, again, for the sign of Virgo? All Virgos out there, Virgo suns, moons, risings, Virgos on the house cusp, and also those that have their Venus in Virgo. What do they need to know regarding their love lives from April 15th through the 30th? Okay, they're telling me that we're good to go here. Virgo, you have your current situation. What is a challenge for you? This may also be what is helping or hindering you. What has put you here? I will need to move some of these crystals out of the way here, just temporarily, so I can fit your cards on the table. What you may be thinking or feeling over the next 2 weeks, your recent past, your near future. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower in reverse. Okay, so this card did come up in your first bi-weekly this month in this position. So there's ongoing chaos here. The destruction of the tower is continuing. However, it could be blocked, slowed down. You know that something is up here. You know that a correction needs to take place. It's kind of like the check engine light coming on in your car. This could also be the situation that you're in. But in terms of a relationship, you know, it's just saying the cracks are starting to show here. We are in the process of needing to rebuild. Perhaps you're on a shaky foundation with your partner or significant other. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. I don't know why I'm putting the card down like this, but we have the 9 of Swords in reverse, which indicates stress, anxiety, and pressure. You may be feeling like you're under tremendous amount of pressure right now in a relationship, okay, involving a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, female or male. Someone could be very moody at this time. You may be dealing with a lot of mood swings. You may be going through a lot of mood swings because the Queen of Cups is someone, when she's in reverse, she's very emotional. She's out of control emotionally. She's taking on other people's emotions like a sponge. All right, so she's not centered. So, yeah, I'm just seeing a situation that could be chaotic, but it's ongoing chaos. Okay, tower hasn't completely crumbled at this point. Your world is still, your tower's still standing, but it's on shaky ground. Two of Swords, this came out while I was shuffling. The Four of Cups in the challenge position. Stalemate situation here. We have the Three of Wands, what has put you here. What you may be thinking and feeling. You have the King of Wands in reverse. Your recent past is the Ten of Swords in reverse. Your near future is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So, you walk into the middle of April with the energy of the Two of Swords. Any card that has a blindfold on is refusing to see something. Plain and simple. You know. Also, with her crossing her heart like this, you're protecting yourself. Obviously, care very much about this person. You care a lot about whatever this issue is, but you're not ready to make a decision yet. You're still weighing things in your mind. The swords are mental energy. Okay, so you need to use your intuition here. The answers are within you, but you're refusing to make a decision at this time. Maybe because the ideas that you have in your head are mutually exclusive. So you may have two things that you want to do at the same time, but they can't be done together for whatever reason. So we have a stalemate here, an indecision. Your challenge is the Four of Cups. I'm reading it in the challenge position. It comes up in reverse. So there's restlessness here. You're looking for a sign. You're waiting for a sign. You're wanting to reintegrate back into your emotional world, but you're feeling withdrawn emotionally. You've been dissatisfied with the offers that have come in. You're not happy with any of them. There's a tendency to maybe look outside yourself for answers. The important thing to remember is that the answers are within you, Virgo. The answers are within you. I'm sensing some boredom, apathy here. Yes, the Four of Cups can indicate relaxation as well, but in the challenge position, it could be saying that take time out to contemplate your options, take the time that you need, but don't stay in a stalemate and indecision forever. You can't. You can't be like this forever. You will eventually need to make a decision. What has put you here is the Three of Wands. So you've been waiting for your ships to come in. You feel like you've put your energies out into the world, and now you're waiting for your shipment to come in, your relationship. You're waiting for your relationship to come in. Or you're waiting for the payload to come back. You may be waiting for someone to come back to you, or you may be thinking, oh, maybe there's something better out there for me, and you're waiting for that. This is a card of growth, which is good, but of course I need to look at all of the cards together when I'm reading them. So within context here in the foundation, you have been waiting for something to come back to you. You have been looking forward to something better, bigger, greater outside of yourself. This also has to do with long-term plans, foreign investments, foreign travel, long-term vision, okay, growth potential. All right, you've already taken the steps needed in the Two of Wands here. You've already made a decision here. So you are going back to the Two of Swords, which is a place of indecision and possibly getting a little antsy. In the past, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Something has already ended here. You've already gone through the worst. You have healed. You're healing from this as well. There could have been a painful ending. See, someone got stabbed here in the front, not in the back. So it was a very painful loss. It was a very painful ending. But you know what they say, a true friend will stab you in the front, not in the back. So not saying that this person necessarily cared for you in the way that you wanted them to, but I still feel like there's likely no chance that this person is coming back to life. Look at the wounds that have been inflicted. If this is you, you do need time to recover. So maybe that is why now you are taking some time out to contemplate your next steps. Okay? In terms of your thoughts and feelings, you have the King of Wands in reverse. Yes, fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I'm seeing a male energy here. It could be a female that has more masculine energy. But the King of Wands in reverse can be a Sagittarius. It sometimes can be a Leo male who, if it's a Sagittarius, that's one thing that you're thinking about if you're thinking about a Sag man. But also, the King of Wands in reverse, just his characteristics are he's angry, lustful, wants to use people for his own agenda, has an agenda. This can be someone who, as you can see, he's looking back in the past, angry, frustrated, upset about something that happened in his past, not willing to let it go. I mean, the orange, also the color in this card, speaks to me of the emotions heating up here. The building frustration, wanting to take action, but there's something preventing you from doing that. The King of Wands very much is a leader, a man of action. He's someone that loves to take a leadership role. But if this is coming up blocked, then I could read it as someone who possibly has an agenda and will not be afraid to use you to get what he wants. If this is your energy and you happen to have fire sign in your chart, you could be very upset about something that happened in the past and want to take action on that. I wanted to say take revenge, because I am getting a little bit of someone here who kind of wants to get back at someone, but at this point they're maybe sitting this one out because they're just not happy with any of the offers that have come in. So going into the future, you have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is definitely your energy. Virgo, you're sitting on your head here. You're very, 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 you're not even moving forward. You're just stuck. So you're feeling very stuck. You're feeling very heavy with emotion. I'm also seeing someone here who is kind of a perfectionist. I mean, unless all the details are perfect, they won't move forward. If things aren't exactly the way that they want them, they won't take action. So you've got yourself in a little bit of a rut here. You realize that your strategy may not be working, and you realize you have to change your strategy. You may have to speak up here. You may have to say something. I feel like there's a lot of energy here that's being repressed, okay, which makes sense to me with the Four of Cups here coming in reverse. You know, there's restlessness here, restlessness, recklessness. I don't see recklessness. I just see restlessness and indecision. You're prone to getting stuck here. You're prone to not moving forward with an offer or with apology or whatever it is that you feel like needs to happen. Maybe you don't want to be the first to step up here, but I feel like you do care about someone. I think you really do. I just think that your strategy isn't working and the tensions are starting to build up at this point. So little progress by the end of the month here, but I do feel like you're hanging on. You're not letting go, but you're also not expressing yourself. So something to think about there. Maybe you need to get clear in terms of your mind first, what it is that you feel you need to do to move forward. So that's why we have guidance messages, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a guidance message for you, Virgo. They have two messages coming out for you. The Camel Boy and the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Okay. So, yeah, we can go ahead and read both messages for you. So the first message is the Camel Boy, number 33. That's the wrong book that I'm reading from here. Let's see. Small steps asking for help. When the Camel Boy comes as your ally Virgo, he reminds you that asking for help will bring in the right people to ease the burden of your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you advice. Maybe you are moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing. Or you want information about someone and you just happen to run into his former or her former partner who gives you the knowledge you need to make the decision you've been weighing. Yeah, you're definitely weighing a decision here. I see that. So no matter the issue, this is a sign, dear Virgo, that if you ask, you will receive what you need. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance. The Camel Boy never lets you down when you ask for help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so and to expect to get it. Okay, so small steps, asking for help. That's your first guidance message. The second one is the High Lady of Love and Compassion, which is card number 1. Okay. Reverence, kindness, and consideration. When the High Lady of Love and Compassion chooses to be your ally, Virgo, she brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifesting out of the unseen into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion, generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things brings you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, feelings, and actions when your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life. Unconditional love will be returned tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you, Virgo, that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. All manner of synchronicities align in your favor. If your question refers to a relationship, you are required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her highest good. Give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return, and let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. Now, as a challenger, I'm just being prompted to read this card also in the challenge position. When the High Lady of Love and Compassion appears as your challenger, she gently reminds you to snap out of self-centeredness. The ego has set a sneaky trap for you. You may have forgotten that to create an abundant life, you must be conscious of how your choices impact those around you. Are you trying to manipulate others to get what you want without consideration for them? Is it possible that your good intentions are about helping too much, enabling another person to remain the same and preventing his or her growth? Sometimes it's better to let others hit bottom with their own suffering rather than trying to make it easier for them. Sometimes you need to be cruel to be kind. Be conscious that you aren't alone in this world. Begin to behave as if the God in all life and every person matters. Remember that the living world is a sacred community and you are a magical and important part of it, but you're not the only one who counts. The High Lady of Love and Compassion is waiting to guide you and be your friend and ally. Think first of others and she will orchestrate your ultimate success. All right, Virgo, some messages there to help you on your way over the next 2 weeks. And I definitely hope this reading has helped you. If you would be so kind as to leave a comment for me, let me know if you resonate. And also make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys back in May for the bi-weeklies. Take care. Bye.